All right. Well, as you can see, we are now looking into my own forex trading platform. Again, as you can see, I have a number of different small charts. All right, on my screen, all of them, or actually each of them, obviously representing a different currency pair. Okay, I have here the the American dollar against the Swiss franc, the Australian dollar against the American dollar, the euro against the Japanese yen, the sterling pound against the American dollar, the American dollar against the Canadian dollar, etc., etc. All these different currency pairs, on this particular broker at least, fulfill the 5% ratio rule. All right. So what I do as I sit on my trading station early in the morning is to simply go through each of these different charts, each of these different currency pairs on the 1 hour time frame, and I draw I mark the intra-week swing points with horizontal lines. Basically, I am just trying to determine the horizontal levels of support and resistance. Now, I know it may sound like quite a lot, all right, to monitor all these different many currency pairs. I have like 18 or so, but actually you are not going to be actively trading them all right? Not at all, actually. What you want to do, again, in the morning, you conduct that pre-market analysis just to have an idea of where the trading opportunities may be coming up on the upcoming trading session, and then you are going to pre-select the best looking 2, 3, or 4 of them, and those 2, 3, or 4 currency pairs are the ones you're actually going to be monitoring for the rest of the day. Okay, all the others, you're just going to ditch them, you're just going to leave them alone, all right? The idea here is to have plenty of options, all right? Again, 18, 16, 20, however many your broker offers, that obviously fall within that 5% limit. All right. The idea here again is to have as many options as possible, so you can cherry pick the most or the best looking of all right, the ones presenting the best trading opportunities, and then you simply focus on those 2, 3, 4 trading opportunities. All right, over the following hours. Those are the ones that you are gonna exclusively focus your attention on. But before you can predefine which of the setups are the best, obviously you need to spend, let's say, 20-25 minutes at the beginning of your trading station analyzing the intra-week levels of support and resistance. All right? All right, well, as promised, how about if we just pick some random charts here and we analyze them together, okay? I don't know, for example, this one, the Australian dollar against the American dollar against the Australian dollar. You want to expand out your chart to, cover, I don't know, 5-6 days worth of price action, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you can use the daily box indicator to identify the individual days. And now let's just draw some key levels of support and resistance. What do we see in this chart? Again, 1 hour time frame. As you can see, the spread versus the average daily range there is 1.3%, so certainly within the 5% limit. Well, what do I see? I see a swing point there, right? The lowest point for the last few days. So we can mark that with a horizontal line. There we are. What else? Well, price came up there, formed a top, then another top, forming effectively some sort of a double top at that level, and then we had price bottoming out at that level, then once again the day after, and once again today. So this level there, the 106.50, right? 106.50, it's kind of been working as support, hasn't it? Whereas this level there has been working as resistance. So you see how price upon this move up has kind of been flapping sideways within this range. All right, so what am I to do? Well, I am indeed to mark those levels. All right, one for the top boundary of that range, and another line for the bottom boundary of this range. Now, as you can see here, those bottoms, those swing lows don't quite always fall in line. This one is about 7-8 pips lower than this one, and this one is about 2 pips lower than this one here. But at any rate, we can certainly identify, the markets are not perfect, okay? We cannot always expect support and resistance to be respected or touched right to the pip, such as in here, okay? We have a resistance there, and then this swing high falls, I don't know, 3 or 4 pips shy of the previous one, but at any rate, okay, we can identify this little area there as resistance, this little area there as support. So we are simply going to identify the area as a whole. All right, that's support. That's, let me see if I can actually click on my trend line. Just give me a second, guys. All right, there we are. So that's resistance. Obviously, the sharper the levels of support and resistance, the sharper they are, the better. Okay, the more accurate they are, the better. But again, you cannot always expect that to happen. And quite frankly, that's pretty much it. You see, there is nothing else really to draw here. We have the very low for the last few days worth of price action, and then we have the 2 key levels for the rest of the week, the support and the resistance. Can we draw any other level? Yes, we can. For example, this one there, but that's such a small bounce point. It's not even worth looking into. Okay, we have another one there, all right? But again, it's such a small swing point. Another one there, you see that one there? But again, you just want to mark the most obvious ones. This is important, guys. Don't cluster your chart with multiple horizontal lines. If you are drawing more than, I don't know, let's say 3 or 4 lines per chart, you are just drawing too many. And if you are drawing too many, chances are you are not going to be able to determine which are the key levels you want to trade from. All right, so try to keep things simple. If you notice that you can't just draw 2 or 3, that you need multiple lines, that means that particular chart may be way too confusing. All right, and therefore you just want to leave it outside. Remember what I said before, it's good to have different options or multiple options. All right, multiple options here, so you can just cherry pick the easiest and the most simple and the most straightforward trading opportunities for the day. This one is pretty straightforward because you have a key level here and a key level there, so it's gonna be very easy to search for trading opportunities. As we are going to see on a future video, what we are going to be indeed looking to trade is actually, oops, sorry about that, we are going to be looking to trade breakouts of those levels of support and resistance in order to determine in which direction the intra-week market flow is headed towards, and then we are just going to trade in that direction. So the more obvious those levels of support and resistance are, the easier it's going to be for us to spot trading opportunities or breakouts, and therefore we are going to be able to nail down our entry much better. By the way, you don't want to really draw intraday levels of support and resistance. For example, we have a minor swing there. Do you see that? Let me zoom in a little bit more. We have a mild swing there and another mild or less significant swing there. That's intraday trading, intraday support and resistance. That would be useful if we were scalpers. Scalpers are very short traders aiming to take 5 or 6 trades per trading session, and just to shoot for, I don't know, 5-6 pips per individual trade. That's high frequency trading. We are not going to do that, all right? We are intraday traders here, guys. We are not scalpers. Therefore, we are going to take just 1 or 2 trades per day. We are not going to take 5 or 6 trades, okay? So you don't want to draw or to, mind too much. You don't want to mark intraday levels of support and resistance. Just mark the intra-week ones, all right? This is what's been going on throughout the week. These are the key levels of support. These are the key levels of the key levels of resistance. That's it, no more than that. All right, I hope I was able to drive the point home. All right, now let's analyze another one. There we are. Okay, for example, this one, the sterling pound against the Japanese yen. Let me expand that out. What do we have here as per the last few days? Let me make that a little bit larger, just to make sure we have 4 or 5 days worth of price action. Well, what I see is a major swing point there, okay, the highest point for the last few days, but as you can see, price is way too far from that level. Okay, at no rate it's impossible that price is going to hit that level today. Okay, so no need to mark that. We will mark it whenever price is closer to that point. All right, what else do we see? Well, we have this swing low there, but as we can see, it's been broken up and down quite a number of times, so we are not gonna draw that either. Well, okay, we have that swing low there. It's not yet broken, so we are indeed going to mark that. Indeed, we are gonna mark that one out. What else do we have there? Well, we have this this swing high, double swing high there. Unfortunately, as we can see, price didn't quite really respect that. Okay, price broke up, then broke down, then broke up once again, broke down once again. So very ugly price action around that key decision taking level. Whenever a level of support and resistance is broken multiple times, all right, yeah, it means that price or the market as a whole is not really respecting that level. Do you see that type of price action? Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we are. All right, double level of resistance. We extend that line. Again, do you see that price action around that level? That means that the market is not really respecting that level, and therefore, if price is not respecting that level, why should we respect it as individual traders? No point, all right? No point. That's not a valid level of support and resistance anymore. The market is telling you that that level is, you know, a rather shaky one at best. You don't want to trade that, or you don't want to take trading decisions based on that level anymore. Okay. Okay. We also have today's high there. Obviously, we want to mark that. And that's about it. That's really about it. We don't really have much else here. We maybe have that one there. Yeah, well, I guess we could mark it, even though it's not really any significant swing high or swing low there. But nonetheless, okay, I guess the key level for the week is that one there, the low for the week. And apart from that, I don't really see anything interesting there, anything else. This is not... I like the previous one better. Let me bring back the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Do you see how we can certainly define price action within those two lines? All right, we can certainly have a clearer picture. Whenever we are to search for a breakout move, we are going to define our entry much better around those levels than in, let me bring that back. I'm sorry about that, but I just want you guys to really understand what's going on and how to map and read key levels, intra-week key levels. Anyway, here there is no clear price action going on. We have a mild, you know, today's high there. We have this one down there, but at any rate, it's not that clear. This is probably one of the setups that I will not take for a trade today. But anyway, like I say, on this video, I just want to show you how to mark those key levels, and on a future video, I will show you what to do and how to pre-select those ones that look best. All right, for the time being, we are just learning to mark those key intra-week key levels of support and resistance. Okay, let's go for another one. Let's go, for example, for, I don't know, this one here, the euro against the sterling pound. As usual, let me expand that out if I can actually click on my chart. There we are. Okay, what do we see here? Well, all right, well, we can see how price had been finding resistance of this area, all right, of that area there, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swing highs around that area, but then it got broken there broken once again, and finally broken once again. So since intraday trading again has very short memory span, I very much doubt price is going to remember this level anymore. All right. Moreover, what do we have? We have that level there that was yesterday's high. Okay. We also have the low for the week, that one there, and well, also this one here. Okay. But this one, unfortunately, price broke up, then it broke down, so I will not take this one anymore. So far we have this one and this one, and obviously today's high there. Those are the ones I would really mark. I am not really interested in intraday's levels of support and resistance. Please mind, we want to search for intra-week levels of support and resistance, no intraday levels. Okay, so again, out of the ones that out of this chart, I would simply mark these 3 levels here. So I'm just gonna do that with a horizontal line. That one there, that one there, maybe that one there, and quite frankly, again, that's pretty much all. All right. That's it. We have another chart analyzed. You see how fast this is? I mean, you can easily go over one chart per minute. You don't really need more than that. Once you get the hang of it, again, it's just 1 minute per chart. All right, next one up. For example, this one, cable, the sterling pound against the American dollar. Let me expand that out as much as possible. All right, there we are. So what am I seeing on this chart? Well, I am seeing this swing high, obvious swing high, but again, price is really far away from there. It's not gonna hit that level today, but for sure. So then we had 3 days in a row where we didn't quite get any swing point, really. Price simply kept on pushing down. It didn't really give us any turning point, did it? It just kept on pushing down. So I don't really see anything there. Well, we do have finally a swing point there, and there, and there, and there. So all in all, we can label that 155.50 area as a support area. Seems like buying pressure builds up in this market around that area, so we can certainly mark that with a horizontal line. Again, not very sharp. We cannot always respect price to touch right to the pip one particular area, but as long as there is they all more or less fall in the neighborhood, they are still I would still label the entire area as one whole support and resistance level. Next one up, well, we also have a swing point there and there and there, and now price is retesting that level. So all in all, again, we can define another level of support and resistance. There he goes. All right, there we go. Now, please mind something. Let me zoom in a little bit more. As you can see, let me actually be accurate with my line. All right, there we are. As you can see, price, this swing, or sorry, that level of support and resistance began right there, okay, with this swing point there. Then it worked as resistance, and then it worked as resistance again, and again, price is now retesting that particular level. Now, that level got broken once, didn't it? We had a breakout there, but this, we cannot define it as a breakout. Therefore, we would still keep this line in place. You see how price just takes a little stop at that level, but it doesn't really breach through. I mean, right now we are seeing exactly the same phenomenon. Price is taking a stop at that level, but for the time being, we are not really seeing, that heavy momentum breakout. Not as in here. You see, that's a momentum breakout there. Okay? Here, I mean. Right there, that's a full breakout, and that's indeed the type of of moves, the type of breakouts we need to see in order to determine whether any particular level is broken or not. This is not a breakout. Again, the markets are not perfect. We cannot expect levels of support and resistance to be touched and bounced off, right? Price doesn't quite always respect those levels right to the pip. So again, this area is the key level for the week, all right? At least for the last 1, 2, and 3 days. Also, this area is the key support level. So, well, at least we've been able to define the key levels for the last few days. Now, if price breaches above, we know we'll be searching for long opportunities, and if price breaks below, all right, a momentum breakout, I mean, okay, such as something like in this, like in here, okay, momentum breakout, not just that little shy, shaky, wobbly breakout. Then no, we want to see a momentum breakout. If we get a momentum breakout, we will see that the market flow is going to be headed towards the upside. If we see a momentum breakout to the downside, we know that price or the market flow is going to be headed to the downside, and therefore we'll be searching for short opportunities. Okay, but at least again we've been able to define pretty accurately the key levels, the key intra-week levels. I like that. That's the key here. The better you define those levels, the higher the quality of the trading signal you are gonna get off those levels. All right. Okay, now we finalized the sterling pound against the American dollar. Let's bring that back in place. 1 second. All right, and let's move on to the next one. All right, let's take a look at another one. I don't know, for example, this one, euro against the Australian dollar. Let me expand that out. Let's see what we got here. Oops, I don't want to close it. All right, there we are. Let's expand it out a little bit more. Okay. Oof. Right, this doesn't look very good, does it? Well, we can certainly define a key level there for the entire week. That's certainly the key support level. There, and there. Right, multiple touches of that level. So that's certainly a level we want to mark in our chart. Okay, that's our key support. What about resistance? Well, we have this one here. Broken once, broken twice. There it goes. Next one up there. All right, let's mark that one. There it goes. Next one, well, price came back down. We have a little bit of a key level there, and then another one there. Yeah, we could mark both. I'm kind of liking this one better. All right, it's just sharper, more obvious. Remember, you want to mark the most obvious ones, so I am going to mark that one there. And that's basically it. That's basically it. If price breaks below, we are going to be searching for short opportunities in there. You see, that's another support level. Actually, I missed that one there. All right, there we are. So if price breaks this level, we are going to be searching for short opportunities all the way here. If price comes and breaks this level, we are going to be searching for long opportunities here. Long there, short there, waiting for the breakout to happen in order to get our trading opportunity. You see how easy it is? This is, I mean, just 1 minute per chart. Just define your key levels, and as you will see on a future video very soon, you'll be able to, once price breaks through those levels, you simply search for, or zoom into the trigger chart, into the 15 minutes time frame, in order to nail down your entry point. Okay, let's analyze another one. For example, this one, the CHF against the Japanese yen. All right, there we are. CHF against the Japanese yen, 1 hour time frame. Let's see what we got here. Swing high for the week there. Price gives us a nice move to the downside. Then it gives us a low point there, a low turning point there. You see that swing point working as support. Let's extend that. Breakout down, breakout up. Well, this is not a valid level of support and resistance. As you can see, breakout down, breakout up, ugly price action around that level. So certainly not not a level that I would draw anymore. This one here is a valid one, all right? So I would mark that one up there. Also, I need to mark the one at the top, all right? At the top of this week's trading session, as well, at least the last few days the resistance line as per the last few days. Also, we have yesterday's high with that double top there. So, oh boy, I can't believe this. I'm sorry, I'm just noticing that I missed a trading opportunity here. As I probably as I was recording this video. Anyway, you see that swing point there, all right? Double level of resistance, yesterday's high, swing point, double swing point. I extend that, and even though I am getting ahead of myself, I will let you know. I will just so you are aware of my thinking process here and why I believe that I've missed a trading opportunity. Do you see this breakout here? Okay. Remember, when a previous video I mentioned that what we are going to be basing this strategy on is waiting for breakout of those levels of intra-week support and resistance. We are going to wait for the breakout and then the pullback, and up as the pullback dies out, retesting that former breakout level, which happens right there. You see how we get a breakout, a pullback, and from there price simply retraces up. I am sure if I zoom into the 15 minutes time frame, I'm gonna find a valid entry point right there. Actually, even though I know I am getting ahead of myself, I am just going to mark that level as a reference. I'm gonna mark the breakout and the pullback point right there with a vertical line. So now I zoom into the 15 minutes time frame, and I'm sure I will see a blue dot giving me the long opportunity right there. Exactly. I missed this opportunity. Anyway, buy opportunity, off it goes up. You see that? Anyway, so like I say, I've missed this opportunity. That's the magic dot indicator, the blue line, giving me the notification that a buy opportunity is panning out. It's indeed panning out, and I missed it. Anyway, like I say, I don't really want to get into how to enter the trade, how to search, or what type of price formations we are going to search. But just so you know, we are going to be searching for this type of breakout, pullbacks. There we'll zoom into the shorter time frames. We'll wait for the magic dot indicator to give us that entry point, and from there, well, you see how price moved. Well, let me see how much it moved actually. From this point on, all the way up there, this is the 83.70, and it ran all the way to the 84.50, so that's 80 pips to the upside that I've just missed while I was recording this video. Anyway, well, no problem, no worries, guys. Anyway, now obviously we have a swing high as per the the new high for the day. Okay, but at any rate, today's move on this currency pair is gone. So let's search for another another currency pair. All right, another currency pair to analyze. There we are. All right, let's go for another one. This one, for example, the sterling pound against the Canadian dollar. Let's see what we got here. Expanding that out. Okay, well, multiple resistance, few days in a row, closing at that level. So we can certainly mark that level as resistance. But at any rate, like I said, today it's not going to reach that day. Plenty of this over 150 pips yet to reach that level, so it's not going to happen today. I don't really want to cluster my chart with multiple lines, so I'm going to wait for tomorrow to draw that. Another level there and there. You see that double bottom, double level of support, so I'm going to mark that one indeed. There it goes. There it goes. What else do we have here? Double level of support. They are just 5 pips away from each other, so certainly one key level there. All right, so let's mark it up. There we are. And finally, we have this one there. All right, this one there. Price is just breaking through as I am recording this video. Right, as I am recording this video, price is now breaking through. We still don't know it's going to be a full breakout or not. This is a valid breakout. This is not a valid breakout. All right. For the time being, we still don't know whether this is just going to be one of those quick stop to that price occasionally takes to those key levels of support and resistance just to see it turning around immediately after. We still don't know. We've got to wait a little bit longer for that. But nonetheless, seems like price is at least giving some action to that particular level. But anyway, as far as mapping the sorry about that. As far as mapping price action for the week, okay, those are the levels that we should keep in mind. Resistance and resistance ahead of price. This one being broken as I speak, and finally support right there. Those are the key levels, the key intra-week levels on the sterling pound against the Canadian dollar. Let's push that back in. Okay. All right, well, we have time for one more. This video is already running too long, so let's analyze, for example, this one, the New Zealand dollar against the American dollar, the Kiwi. Let's expand it out, see what we have here. Well, we have that swing high. Okay, I could mark it, but price is far away, so I will not do it just yet. What else? Here we have a nice move down, support, breakout yet again, another breakout and another breakout. So that's something, that's a level that's not longer valid. We have double resistance point at that level. You see how price respected this day's high and also yesterday's high, topped out at more or less the same level. So that's, there it goes, another horizontal line. Oops, let me be accurate with my trend lines. There we are, resistance, 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 and eventually we are now seeing that breakout, okay? Since I don't want to miss this opportunity, well, I'll be following this particular chart over the following minutes now. But like I say, resistance, 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 finally we get the breakout. What about support? Well, this one we've already established is valid no longer. All right, it had been working as support, support, and support, but eventually, not valid any longer. Now we have this one there and this one there. You see how price bottomed out this day and, there and there, more or less at around the same level. Okay, so effectively we have this week's key level of support. Let's mark it out. So now we've defined the two levels that are significant on this particular chart, the resistance line and the support line. As usual, it's all about waiting for price to breach through any of them and then simply trade in the direction of the market flow. Seems like the market flow is headed to the upside, so now I'm going to be monitoring this chart now that we are indeed getting that breakout. I want to see if I can find a trading opportunity. Again, the point of this video is not to show you the actual entry point, right, or how to place your stop loss or none of that. It's just to show you how to map those key levels of support and resistance. Okay, well, it's time to wrap it up here. Now we're gonna be moving on to, well, what type of price patterns we are gonna search for, right? What type of trading opportunities we are going to pre-select out of all these different charts that we've already been covering. Well, it's now time now to cherry pick the best looking ones. We are going to see that on a following video. Now also we are going to see when exactly to trigger the trade, meaning when exactly to jump into a position, where to place your stop loss, where to exit the trade, etc., etc. Anyway, before closing out this video, I'd like to stress on what we've done today. Mapping, and this is important guys, mapping the key levels of support and resistance from an intra-week point of view is probably the core of this system. It's actually what the whole system is based upon, all right? Just think about it, put it this way. If we don't map, I mean, this entire system is called the intraday market flow system, right? Basically, we want to trade intraday trades in the direction of the market flow, right? Well, in order to determine the market flow, we need to determine the appropriate breakout points. Okay, so we can indeed see in which direction price is going to be heading towards for the rest of the session, right? Well, if we don't mark the accurate breakout levels, if we don't mark those key levels of support and resistance from an intra-week point of view, how are we going to get accurate signals? Do you see the importance here of properly mapping the key levels of support and resistance? We first need to map those points. We first need to define our tradable levels, and then we can move on to the rest of the system. So here's your first assignment. From now on, I want you guys to sit at your trading station every day, analyze all those different currency pairs you are to trade from an intraday point of view, and spend, let's say, 20, 25 or 30 minutes every morning analyzing those key levels from an intraday point of view. Right? Define those levels, those key levels, those obvious levels of support and resistance. You don't need more than 3-4 lines per chart. And once you have those lines, all right, you'll be able to understand the key concepts that I'm gonna be moving on to on the following videos. But again, if we don't get those lines in, properly marked in our charts, well, I'm afraid we'll never be able to profit from this system. Okay? Anyway, enough of beating that horse. You have now your homework, and now it's time to keep on moving with the following videos and keep on explaining the other elements of this trading system. I'll wait for you at the next video. Bye bye.